Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TTI League Season 18. Top 4. I'm getting the word. So you've got Jack1Best here playing the Super Spicy Po list, and we got MkJester playing Palp1 Yellow. So let's take a look at these deck lists. This is Jester's. Just recently took down Gerald on the Snoke Data Vault. But he's got all the fixings in there with the one-drop units, the McClunky package, the Loft Cat, legacy runs, and all that good stuff. This is Jack1Best. It's kind of like a Sabine deck, but with Poe instead, and a few more spaceships. He's got the black ones in there, the BB-8s, but he's got ECL for like records and Poes. So let's give them the go ahead. I just want to show the bracket real quick while they're doing mulligans. Winner of this one gets to play Chian Yuki on Kylo Targentown, who's managed to get his top 8 and top 4 done pretty quick. So he's got a bit of a rest. And Jack and Jester, it looks like they both took mulligans. So let me what are they saying? Oh, they're just saying good luck. Okay. Jack going for the A-Wing here. And Jester's going to have to answer with Aura. So going to different arenas usually hurts. Going to excessively to space is probably going to be one of Jack's best moves here. McClunky's a nice pickup here, but it is sort of a nombo with the Super Laser attack in hand. And yeah, I think Jester might have to resource this Traitorous here. He's actually thinking about resourcing the Super Laser. Yeah, gonna resource the Traitorous. Or just going to base along with the A-Wing. And then there's Masterpiece. And now Jester's got to make a decision. And he is going to go for the McClunky here to blow up that Masterpiece. And just replay the Aura. So technically even on tempo. Second legacy run and a resupply picked up. And a for a cause. Looking at resourcing the BB-8 here. Yeah. On Jack's side, he's looking at probably going like either blue leader, or for a cause plus like deploy Poe. Yeah, we're gonna see the Poe deploy here. And 5 to base. Super Laser picked up for, or dropped for Jester. Ooh, and it looks like Jack is gonna go for this Phoenix A-Wing instead of the blue leader. Playing the blue leader on the ground next turn. So Jack's board state looks pretty nice here, but Jester does have Legacy Run Palp online this turn, so he can clear the board. Let's see if he does it right now or if he waits a bit. Try and get Jack to play something. Goes for Lothcat, or is that? I think that's ground units, right? Yeah. So he can't do that. So he's just gonna go. Oh, he's gonna go. No good to be dead. All right. So Legacy Run at all, it appears. Kind of surprised that he kept both Legacy Runs if he wasn't going to play them both. Oh, this is an interesting move. So Jack is going to ECL Poe into the aura, discard the blue leader to defeat his own Poe, so that he can flip the Poe onto the ground. And if I'm Jester, I'm just like, you know, I'll just wait and Lothcat when you. Yep, so there's the Poe flip, and then Lothcat can exhaust him. And now we're going into the next round. And Jack's got a pretty hefty board state here. It can even survive, like, it can even survive a Legacy Run hit here. Jester is going to be going to 7. He's got Vader online. He's also got Change of Heart online. If one of those comes up. He's got, again, both Legacy Runs. And then next turn, he's going to have the Palp flip online. Which, if that Poe unit stays alive, is probably going to get taken. He's going to resource a Devastator here. Again, he's just keeping both these Legacy Runs. Poe's going to go in. Just for sex, not going to discard anything. Let's see. Jester's got a couple options. He's got just like go for Vader and hope to find something. All right, no, he's gonna do this line, which is pop the, and he picks up the 3rd copy of Legacy Run. And there's a Chewie onto the. It's a big ground arena. I wonder if at this point Jester just claims and immediately flips to steal the Poe. Yeah, he is just going to do that. Not getting a ton of not getting any use out of the 6 resources does hurt, but I think that at this point that probably was the right move. So he's going to flip Palpatine. Yep, steal. Who now is immediately a threat to clear either of those ground units. Jack is holding a blue leader, which can just take out the Poe. And save both those other units. Yep. And looks like that's what he's going to do. Six for Change of Heart. Yep. And the way Change of Heart works with Palp is that Palp can throw the unit away. No problem. In this A-Wing, so it is not doing anything anytime soon. Yep, Chewie's going to go into Poe. And then Palp goes to base, throws the Poe, or the Chewie at the Poe. Killing both of them. And that was a massive board state. 3 big units on the ground for Jack. Down to 0 at the end of the round. That's what this Palpatine deck can do if it goes off. Another Chewie goes down. Jack holding double copies of Foricas here. Could be very relevant. He's going to get to fire one of them off this turn. But even if both of them hit for 4, he's just one off. And because he's playing Poe and not Sabine, that's not quite enough. But it does mean Jester has to find a way to kill both these units. He can't even take one hit. Gonna go for Vader. Hits into the Chewie. Nothing that does damage coming out. He can't kill both units. But Bizine being able to take out one of those 4 causes might make up for that. Yeah, so he is going to take one of them. Red 5 picked up. That's not a replacement. And the second one fired off here. Ooh, that's one miss. Ooh, but it's Timely Wrecker. So he can just set up Timely Wrecker if he wants. It's like, yeah, let's just put Timely Wrecker on top. So Timely Wrecker into Vader is 5 overwhelm. Into Bazine, it's 4. So either of those plus a hit from this A-Wing is lethal for Jack. Jester's going to keep playing it out. Not sure what he's thinking about. Yeah, goes to base, kills the Chewy. And he's got he picks up the reinforcement walker. Does that actually save him? I think it might. That card might actually be the one thing that keeps him in this game. He's at 10, so we can't quite play it plus the P38. It's Jack with the initiative here. Just going to throw the 3 in with the A-Wing while he can. And yep, here's the reinforcement walker. Pitch and a confiscate. On 24. So yeah, here's the wrecker. How's Jack gonna play this? Okay, no, so he's just gonna throw 5 into the walker and then ambush the Vader. So he gets 5 onto base. And I think this forces the claim here. Because he has to then go like walker into wrecker. So yeah. And Jester does see it. Oh, but the Poe deploy. I forgot about the Poe deploy. That might be it. Yeah, that's it, right? He goes wrecker into, or walker into wrecker. That brings him down to 26. And then the A-Wing hits for 5. Yep. So Jack is going to end up taking the first one here. Close. Jester got he almost stabilized, but just barely couldn't. For Kozlok just showing timely wrecker. You love to see it. All right. I wonder if Jester might have been better served by going for one of those legacy runs earlier on. But we'll see. Let's take a look at sideboards. Jack's got some interesting things in there. I don't know how many of them are actually coming in this matchup. Like, it doesn't seem like... maybe he wants Fang Fighters if he's worried about Traitorous. That's the only thing I can see, really. On Jester's side, more control-y decks. Definitely is going to want Bamboozle in this one, I think, though. To get rid of Poe and some of those other pilots. Maybe he wants them all, actually. I mean, it's probably better than having, like, Devastator in there. So, we'll see. All right. Going into game 2. That was an interesting hand by Jester, but he just deemed it and shuffled it back in. This hand is solid. Looks like Jack is actually still thinking about his board here. What if we want What if we want what's that card? Outflank, I think. Here we. Yeah. Yeah. You might want that. All right, that one did come in, but it looks like Jester Resources, copy a traitoress. Be a traitoress. And then here comes the ISB, gonna show that sneak attack, and then the Palp trigger is actually gonna be able to kill the A-wing right away. And get the card draw for Jester. That's exactly where he wants to be. Thinking about that sneak attack, sometimes it's nice to have if it comes up. All right, A-wing down for all right, there's the Chewie coming down onto the A-wing, and then right away met by this confiscate. Excellent value for Jester. Unfortunately, can't beat the Poe, but Waylay can. And no units, no damage for Jack. Just getting shut out here. On the downside, Jester doesn't get to trigger Super Laser, but he can do that later. Jack's hand is loaded with spaceships, and he's got that big Poe. But right now he's just going to deploy that Poe onto the ground. Jester thinking about firing off a nuke to be dead here. Also probably thinking about just running his super laser. Is it possible Waylay says non-leader unit, the unit was the leader unit by Poe? No, Poe doesn't actually make the unit a leader. He's the only one that does that. Jester almost forgets about his super laser here. So Poe is able to get an attack off here. P-38 gonna... No, Poe was attached to the ship, but when Poe is a pilot, he does not make the unit it's attached to a non-leader unit or a leader unit. It remains non-leader. Jack thinking about his next move here. He could play either one of these A-Wings plus a Fang Fighter, or he could go for Poe on the ground. Poe on the ground is kind of risky because of the Palp flip, which is coming up soon. At least in 2 turns, if Jester's able to draw another ramp card, it could happen next turn. That big Poe is kind of risky. Looks like he's going to go for it anyway, though. Oh, no, he's going to go for Cassian. Bit less bad if it gets stolen by Jester here. He is just going to get no going to be deaded. And then, yeah, we move on. Excellent prevent defense being played here by Jester. Second swing off with the Poe. It should be all 7. Yeah. There we go. So 7 resources paid from all. And then he's going to ram Poe. Yeah. And that's going to be 3 overwhelm. What is that app? This is a tabletop simulator. Phoenix A-Wing coming down for Jack. That's a tempting target for the P-38, which also would just turn on the ability to Palp flip and steal the Cassian. It makes way for a black one. And look like a second A-Wing most likely here. Yep. So Jack does have a pretty diverse set of holdings in space here. And you can definitely start pumping out some damage. But Jester clearly owns the ground arena. Jack has been saving this ECL Poe here, though. We'll see what happens. Okay, so he's actually going to go ahead and use Contract Hunter to kill the Cassian. Probably trying to set up for a seal on one of the ships. This game feels over for Poe, looking like game 3 unless an insane comeback. I mean, yeah, Jester's definitely in a strong position here. He's got all the resources and his like all these big drops that he's got. And he also hasn't taken much damage. So yeah, it for Jester right now. 3 incoming from that A-Wing now. Second no good to me dead. comes out onto the black one. Poe is going to flip just onto that black one. And now Jester is an opportunity to do a very funny thing and actually steal this this who picks up a reinforcement walker. I think that means this one's probably over. I don't see Jack fighting it back through a reinforcement walker. I guess he did just pick up a technically answer the walker. Here it is. Yeah, there's the bamboozle. So we know that's in there. He's thinking about just drawing it, actually. I would discard it here. Generally, I almost always discard with reinforcement walker. Like, unless the card is like really, really good. Like, you're usually better off tempo wise, just making it into a 0 for 3. Jester's action still has a Palp to play live if he wants it. Looks like he doesn't. Imagine he's trying to save the wrecker for a lethal hit. If he just drops it for, then Palp can flip and steal. Yeah, but I mean, if he drops it onto the walker, it will die. So he doesn't have to worry about it getting stolen. Gonna take, Jester's gonna take 3 here from the forecast. So yeah, he is definitely saving the record. Yeah. But this walker's just going to get so much value. And just like that, like, Jack bringing Jester to 19. Now all of his units are ready. And Jester's gonna play Bazine here. I guess he gets to snipe the wrecker out of there. If I'm Jester, I'm thinking, like, I just need to be flipping Palp, like, now to try and start getting value out of him before before this game ends up slipping through my fingers. Like, you can't wait too long for the optimal Palp target. See, there are 5 more to base. Facing lethal here. All right. Bamboozle gonna get discarded here to bounce the Poe off that black one and exhaust him. A-Wing goes to base here. Walker takes out one of the fleets, and okay, this time, yeah, it's like Legacy Run's a good card, but you just gotta get the healing. Not flipping earlier is a bad misplay. Could have cleared both those space units and saved a lot of damage. Yep. All right, here possibly. So Jack goes for the K2, and this gives Jester the. It's gonna McClunky the Bazine here and kill the Fleet Lieutenant, which I think is a misplay. I think you're supposed to kill one of the space units with that, because the Palp attack can clear the Fleet Lieutenant. All right, use the Bazine again. This time to clear the Poe. Oof. Florica's picked up, though. Yep, Jester does go. Bazine. Let's see. And he needs to from that palpability. Picks up P38. That might actually save him. That P38 with the sneak attack is actually going to be able to clear both these space units. Okay, so he's going to throw Oh no, he doesn't see the line? So he doesn't use the sneak attack. That might just be it for Jester. Did he not see? Did he get sneak attack? So yeah, A-Wing's going to hit for 3 here. The walk. So yeah, the black one is going to get in for 2. Okay, so now, I mean, Jack does have the forecast, but he can't miss. In with the sneak attack Devastator, like Jester does win if he misses even once. So we'll see. There are, I think we've seen both copies of Fang Fighter, but there are still timelies most likely in there. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And for the spot in the finals, that's 4. And Jack1Best taking it, capitalizing off a major misplay by Jester here. With that lethal Devastator sit. He will play Chianyuki in the finals. Can Poe take down his rival Kylo? All right, thank you everyone for tuning in, and remember to always take the initiative.